Hello, my loves. This is Feather Red Fox of Heart Path Studio and Heart Path Healing. Today we're having our first session of Cosmic Sunshine. I am your shaman, artist, visionary guide. It's kind of a long title, but I have taught art for a very long time. And I've also led many workshops that were focused on women's empowerment and healing. And that's what we're doing today. We want to empower and heal one another. And we're going to use heart, what I call heart. It's art that comes from our heart, that takes the emotions that are sitting on our heart and works with them. So I'm so glad to share with you, my sisters. You are my sisters. I'm an only child, so I don't have any other sisters. And we're going to have some fun. Fun, simple, and effective ways of working with these things. The reason this works is because we are making invisible things visible. So our brain is used to thinking, not seeing, but thinking about emotions. And this helps the brain have a picture to give an emotion. And it helps it change how it feels and thinks about that emotion. So it gives us a lot more control. So if your brain can look at something like this and say, oh, that's what feeling angry looks like, then you have the opportunity to also change how your brain responds and how it feels about things. As we're able to heal some of these feelings and create images that represent that healing, our brain is able to take that into the neural pathways. Brain's a pretty amazing thing. It has what they call plasticity, neuroplasticity. And now it doesn't mean it's all made with plastic. However, the neural pathways where information is stored in the brain are able to be changed. That's what the plasticity means. So literally, the brain recycles those neural pathways. If we're not using something, let's say there's somebody we haven't seen for a very long time and we had really unhappy responses to that person when we saw them. Eventually, if we don't use that neural pathway, the brain will recycle it and give it new information and new meaning. And that's what we're doing here. We're getting the brain's natural process of recycling neural pathways, and we're using it to create positive feelings about things and heal some of those negative feelings. So in a nutshell, that's kind of what we're doing. So before we start, let's just kind of settle in. Settle in, yeah. So take a nice deep breath and let it out slowly. And as you let it out, let's put both feet on the ground. Another nice deep breath. Let all that tension in your shoulders, your neck, your back, all the rest of your body release. Start to go down through your hips, down through your legs. And another nice deep breath. And release it. And begin to see deep, long, beautiful roots growing into that ground. Another deep breath. And release. And those roots have found places they like. Some of mine are wrapped around this stone that's always there. Others are mingling with tree roots and wrapping them there. And there's always one really more adventuresome that goes deeper and deeper and deeper until it can feel the warmth of that inner fire, the inner fire of our beautiful earth home. And just sit, feeling grounded and connected, and knowing that only good can come from what we're doing today, from this work, this new processing. Only good. And take your hands then, open your eyes, and set your supplies together in front of you. Just put your hands on your supplies and share with them that feeling that only good can come from what we're doing today. We are rooted and grounded in this beautiful earth, and she cares for us and keeps us safe. Only good will come from what we do today. Another deep breath, a final deep breath, and release. And begin to move your fingers and wiggle your toes. Move your body a little bit and gently open your eyes and come back. So it's important, I think, to set the stage, to bless the materials that we're using. But we're literally taking energy that is in these materials and we're placing it on our paper to help us do these processes. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is take our beautiful big sheet of paper. I hope you were able to get that. If not, just use a series of single sheets of computer paper or whatever you have. Online is best. And what we need to do is take our paper and we're going to fold it horizontally. And carefully begin to crease it. We're going to do this a number of times. And I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to use it to rub that crease and make it more definite. This is heavy paper, the watercolor paper. If you're using something thinner, it won't be as much of an issue for you. But we need to make that crease really strong so that it will tear easily for us. I'm going to open the paper up and fold it in the opposite direction and do the same exact thing. Creasing it. You can go ahead and do that several times to your paper until we have it ready to tear. And I'm going to do it 2 more times. And 1 more time, and then I'm going to tear it. And the reason we're doing it this way is it will give us this beautiful kind of deckled edge, an irregular edge, which is just attractive. I like to have that edge. You could conceivably cut it as well. I like to use a yardstick to help me tear this. However, the yardstick can move. There we go. Trying to keep it along. There we go. Along the crease. And hiding from you just a little bit. There we go. So now we have 2 pieces of paper, but we only need the 1. So I'm putting that one down as well as the yardstick because I won't need it again either. Now we have this beautiful piece of paper, and I'm going to fold it in half. And again, I'm going to use my pen to kind of crease it. It's easier for these heavy papers, will shift, so if your book isn't exactly square, that's okay too. Mine's getting really off center here, so I'm going to have to encourage it a little bit differently. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to take the top layer and fold it over to meet. I'm taking the top layer and folding it over to meet the first fold in the center. And I'm going to crease that as well. And reinforcing that crease. And then I'm going to turn my paper over, and we're going to do this side the same way. There we go. Now, you should have made a W. Sometimes we work with it as an M, but today we're working with it as a W. When you close it, then this will be your title page, and we'll open it like this and work on the inside. So I'm going to get my pencil again, and I'm going to number our pages the whole way around this little book. We're using both sides of it. So on the first page, I'm just writing title, and then page 2 on the inside here, this is 2, and then 3, 4, 5. So we've numbered the whole inside of the W, and then we're going to flip it over and do the back. And this is 6, 7, 8, and then we're back to our title again. Okay, now we're not going to do anything to the title today. That will be the very last thing that we do. So open your books to page 2, and we want to start with our first drawing there. So this is just a doodle. You're not trying to make a picture, you're not using symbols, you're just doodling. We're going to use our permanent marker, and I want you to think about a strong negative, in this case, strong negative emotion or challenge, something that's of real concern and is bothering you. It just hangs in there and niggles and niggles and niggles at your mind and your heart. So think of something like that, and then we're going to use the marker, and we're just simply gonna move it on the page. Remember, this energy, this negative energy is moving down your arm. Literally, you can see it going down your arm and coming out the end of your pen. And your pen is in charge here. You're not telling it what to do. It's doing what it wants to do. Okay, let's just take a little time and do that. Then you may begin to feel things sort of slow down and shift. And you're just mostly keeping your marker on the page. So for what I've done, it looks like this. Yours may look completely different, and that's fine. There is no wrong way to do this. Can get pretty intense, huh? Yeah. All right, so just kind of stay with that feeling. I don't want you to go down in that black hole and get stuck down there. And just to get all upset about it. No, we're just observing. This is how we feel. This is what we're showing our brain. But we're also showing it as we did the work. Eventually, it did slow down. At least it did for me. And I began to feel a little more calm. And my drawing began to look a little more calm. So we're going to go to page 3 now and pick a marker color that you like, anything, whatever pleases you. And we're just going to make a very loose, kind of funky border around this page. I'm not making mine with straight lines at all. They're kind of weird. As I said, funky, you can see. And then you can decorate it however you like, whatever feels right to you. So just spend a little time with that. And we're playing. Now we're just playing. And this is something that you can come back to. I'm working most likely a lot faster than you may be working because this is not new information for me. So anytime you feel like you're getting behind or you want some extra time, please just pause the video and take as much time as you need. So I'm just going to stop with this right now, and I'll come back and do some more to it later. And with your marker or a pen of some sort, whatever you want, I want you to come to this empty space in here inside your little border, and I want you to write thoughts and feelings. And then I want you to spend some time writing down, okay, here's my drawing. What was it? What was it about? How did I feel? And as I put all this energy down on the paper, did it change how I feel? So just in here, write a little bit about that. What was it that you were doing, making the image of it? How did it feel as you were making it? Did it change, get better, get worse? And one more thing, as you were doing this, sometimes we'll get information. I tend to hear things in my head. I hear voices. I thought everybody did. But anyway, you might hear something, a word, a phrase, a sentence, a whole conversation. You might feel warm. You might get shivers. Shivers mean it's true. Pay attention to it. Or there might be something totally different for you, or nothing, and that's all fine. But if you got any feelings or information about it, write that down too. So I'm going to stop there with this video. Take whatever time you need to finish it and complete it. I'm so glad you're here with me. We'll be having much more fun, learning more things in video number 2. So go take care of any bodily needs, have a cup of tea, a snack, get up and walk around, take a little break, and come back and view video number 2. So long for now.